Maroko na Mshakra.
For Ajuno Makwaba be meaning common quick yanko yanim. So on your screen, Andra our Forest Nottm Forest Ejumane Kama against Manchester United 1-0. Nottm Forest Edin Kunim over open friends Ruben Amorim and the Manchester United team. And the southern is United for Nankasa Akwada Anthony Elenga. The only goal is separating the two sides. Emma Nottm Forest a winning game. No na game ni guswe cause Nottm supporters need to you almost say Anthony Elenga left Manchester United because you are you should shit and Manchester United. Come say Elanga if free Manchester because club Manchester Nankasa shit. That was the reason in here. Boy ni jaho de kwe. Bakweku yebedi game ni Hong Kong kakra. Na openia or that screen you say Ruben Amorim. Obeke last week and I know ebedi Ruben Amorim come on. Make catch say I am happy for Amorim for 110. After Sana in nominating is a manager of the month. Obeka other two managers are no more air pray for. I want one manager na okanwa. Not any air pray the prestigious manager of the month award. Eyura your friend say Nunu Espirito Santo who happens to be the manager for Nottingham Forest. When we are playing against Nottingham Forest, I was expecting say mehu and yema be say anyem ourselves now. Amorin ekoshem dia simante from yes started but some for Eddie Akwenim. Eddie opinion ebeye. Well I told you here sir, I see achievement na unyaye nominating is onka 3 coaches are omodembo elsewhere the month under review they say e betimi properly na amana psychological dressing room say now he's starting to get the momentum and in the peak right club your friend said Manchester United unfortunately and right say Manchester game they did not only lose the game but Manchester United did not speak that much for club your friend say United. I'm not so surprised after game most of Manchester former players condemn opinion approach anyhow mentally any kind of us psychic players. I'm coming to show you images and a lady up to go now Anthony Elanga club Manchester a friend said Manchester so I felt said tactically that's how go avoid our heart Manchester United team players are tactically disciplined play according to coach's instruction. Players who want to die for Omokalesa, I think they could have stopped Elanga from scoring back right there. And we game no week 30 in the Premier League to think that this season what the opening friends Amorim Echo can previous manager Eric Ten Hag one Manchester United in 30 Premier League games are United ain't me within 2 consecutive games and fan to us. That is sad. Manchester United and United in Premier League this season. Say no more results. United and we need 2 consecutive matches and fan to us. Being it's all boy we are to us, all home at us, and all quite way back on. ABOU home back. United winning back one. Either saw a draw and now obey. They've not been able to win 2 competitive consecutive games in the Premier League. Clearly tells us that Manchester modern body and so this is Manchester United we are talking about. Sabi and a smaller club because of Seba a drop back one. Ubetimi at the arch, but the thing of a big club like Manchester United now a bomb match on team we need 2 games. And Fantosa things say opinion. Your friends Amorim Juma Kessia say oh yeah Eddie team Manchester United. Now the man on your screen Abeya because say for the first time, Nottingham Forest in Premier League history. Because when we say Premier League history, since our Premier League started in the modern format, but in 1992, ABC na say club by a friends of Nottingham Forest, Premier League double over Manchester United. When we say Premier League double, say United, and I said Nottingham Forest ever sent Manchester United home and away. Now but under this manager and in Nottingham Forest team this season, they've been able to beat Manchester United both home and away. Once again, they've won 3 consecutive games against Clubber. The first Manchester United for the first time in so many years. I thought he deserves some sort of commendation. Now, Juma last month, Emery said, "We need the manager of the match," and he is starting new month. He's still saying the same manager, the same team, the same approach, the same method. And all the aircraft was saying winning games at the club. Manchester. Now this is Anthony Elenga. But let's look at something. Say, Unya player now of football, team half. Look at the position where Anthony Elenga won the ball. Now I'm going to show you the reason in here. We see United tactically not on discipline. When we say tactical discipline, it does not say about game away, your ball match in the way, and the players not going to be in the red card, will be in the yellow card, and on the tactical discipline. Tactical discipline sometimes means that coach the mobile park any players now there are a lot of things you have to do via coach's instruction to make sure you keep your team in the game in a positive way. Okay, Chelsea against Tottenham Hotspur. Mauricio Pochettino time at Tottenham Hotspur. There was a game, not Chelsea, but Chelsea any true ball. They needed to, based on that counter, to go and score. It was Eden Hazard, NFL Sabon. Tottenham Hotspur's any player, just center line. FAO Eden Hazard, AD red card. He told me other way, no red card, air concheno. Mauricio Pochettino, original enough, born in some Eddie player because as at that time they were leading Chelsea by a go hard. Eden Hazard progressed. Passes center line Kokoteka, but granted FAO on edge red card. He sacrificed for the team, make sure but tactically he's been disciplined to make sure the team na 3 points. Look at the position. Anthony Elenga FA born. There were 2 Manchester United players running with him together, and then there's Nottm was right. On only 18 center circle waiting for Adia Akwada friends Elanga Edibon. Now the next picture may show Eddie amount. So we'll move from on and a half. We'll do center line. Yet these 2 players are none of them and Etimakachi the pace are Ekuta Anthony Elanga. Look at Mazrai. He is already at Manchester United on half. In this position, a 3v2 because there's another player of Nottingham Forest are all running into the fast pace. And it's always a player now over this position in a position of Nottm as right. What you'll be thinking is that in order to close gap for Anthony Elenga, you still have to have your eye on the other player all running into the fast pace. No, so at the back of the blind side, no, Elenga air square ball and M42. So for him, he's having 2 duties elsewhere. But these are 2 players. Omudi Elengachi, Wemo, Omuduti Nina said they should stop this boy from progressing the ball. Now, Omunya, we Emma, we end the closing of the space. No? The next picture is say, we're moving at the free baby, and Ojina at the center line to Manchester United half line. Now, one of the players are not all running AD Elengachi. He said, we're overtaking Anthony Elenga. He could not win the ball for him, but was signing him. Into Ababeka Nazama Elha. Then there is another player now also come on work. Now it is a 2v3 situation still for Manchester United. But this position, 2 of United players and around the L I see Dogu and then Mazrai. What you have to do here is that avoid everything in the first place at this position, not some foul. Because only the last player of foul and a red card.
A yellow card.
Because there is a player here waiting me protect you. So foul on the half line of Onwini into a red card. But these players followed Elenga to this position. Now look at them. About the 2 and then there's another player or can yet Manchester United players could not stop Abrantia friends Anthony Elenga. Now the next picture, Elenga asked square ball come pass club a friend so I think that tactically and Yaman Koyan from a manager a friend said Amorim at the same time the players they were not disciplined when it comes to the fall of play and they are not to sacrifice themselves for the JC or AC Academy. So I'm not so surprised former players like Village or any other ABOU Mountains like I said defensively how United aligning up a shape because I don't tell the Eddie Dogu say your core duty as a player as a defender it's not about scoring. Your core duty is to defend and this when him let him the lose position what Juma first and I say to prevent the ball from crossing the center line to the half of Upono. Yet the United players could not do that now. Elanga Atimanya the only go at match Manchester United Alpha and I say Omalu points and Nottingham Forest Alpha with the personal pay na me search and me cross at the back. Could you know say Premier League from 92 the ABC now you can say aside the top 6 teams Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City and then Tottenham Hotspur. These are the 6 teams. Which are these 6 big teams if you are from 92 ABC net. Your more season team be outside the top 6 and the goalkeeper I winning the best goalkeeper. Because of say clean sheet when you're more ABC that from 92 ABC then your both season every be a goalkeeper Obenyana and follow within these 6 teams. Now even 6 you can maybe back from because Tottenham Hotspur in your goalkeeper with Majibida. But as we speak now, this goalkeeper Matt Sells for club defense and Nottingham Forest. As we speak, he's leading with 13. And it is a real season now. Ultimate any more clean sheet account 8 games now can no be sign. He wins the best goalkeeper and he becomes the first ever goalkeeper aside the big 6 since 1992 are winning the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. Over Bonabaso with incredible saves and in the Oyebakweku. You cannot do that without the solid defensive unit. Club defense at Nottingham Forest. Look at this ball from Harry Maguire at the latter part of the game. No, be after say, boy, this boy happens to be one player where you know Eddie. So I think me no one share on Manchester City.
Yeah.
Look at how solid he was at the back. making sure say block ball be able to be an over block, and Andra once again he came to the rescue of Klaba. A friend said for this Moreno the more as for this season he's done so well for Klaba.
Brazil national team their friend on.
He's done so well for Nottm Forest, making sure say keep an award there, but also a Juma as a defender he's doing so well for Klaba. A friend said Nottm Forest I will say was now I'm captain and you game no kwekutie and come away Randy out and say mobile park and so on him set football and never be brave ebetimi but take it game after game. So say baby a man for some qualify for champions and also previously Nanka season and by this time no trying to ticket for holiday on a year in Abuja, but as we speak on Timmy trying to ticket on Nimsa or Ibiza on Nimsa or Miami because more Champions League at site or more air concentration or more qualify for Champions League. Team no will need to sit down because he is the leader to plan how they are going to excel in the Champions League. Just to speak on Timmy trying the seasonal ticket for and also the holiday ticket for we Ibisa and say Entianon Ayana Danas Hana was the holiday there. On your Busena the holiday there. The reason Nottm Forest paid huge sums of money for him or Mutuan Kana or to be a Diana or AAC's winner. Pressure they need to stay focused, they need to concentrate and make sure we need matches now money not Nottm Forest are qualified for European football as we speak. Baby or Omujano, we'll see Forest in the champion. Last time you did, from our president, any manager, first Espirito Santo, any baby, I think it's season or my yard, irrespective of where they finish, being the third position, the fourth position, or the fifth position. I think Nottm Forest, I will say a ball on our square. We're moving from Forest. No, there was another game and I'm very happy. Just a minute on that game. Arsenal. We need a game over Fulham for the last 2 years. Not Fulham as Arsenal, but this time around, Arsenal finally I'm very happy for this man, Bukayo Saka. After 4 months, Bukayo Saka injury to not own team Saka, and he came back just 7 minutes at Ura Park. Now Bukayo Saka and you go Eddie Abuama Arsenal, Eddie a winning game or say go now. He ran straight into Arsenal for eventually Fisio Echo celebrity. After the game, Mikel Arteta said. It shows a Juma Fisio and the science department. And I'm very happy for him. Say, Oba and wait my baba boy Amaklaba. Your friend say Arsenal and yours. Now look at him. The heat mapper Obenyai minute Kakrana or boy clearly the left up right wing position. He's one player. Say or Hobia at any given opportunity or Boama Arsenal. But now there is one thing. Game Nicholas and Gabriel Magalhaes. If you had data and what excess Arsenal. Could we say we can hold Arsenal Premier League na full or mind team competing here nana? Games are important players of Arsenal team no. Or man may say we are can numbers thing na ebom. So team not important players and may say important games. Do say clearly it will affect you. Now Gabriel as you say what's here prayer either from you name how long the injury already or may say important 3 games already. William Timber 3, Sterling 4, Martinelli 4, Moreno 6, Kai Havertz 8, Odegaard 12, and then Zinchenko 12, Calafiori 13, Gabriel Jesus 15, Tierney 18, Saka now makes 19 key games for Club IFS Arsenal, Ben White 25. Now Ode Tomoyosu and so clearly tells us that modern bono and as the injuries are affecting Club IFS Arsenal. This we hope say now Saka want to now back not going forward. Arsenal at me winning games now. In Spain.
My time also. But we meet me amount.
Mami, just 2 minutes. Madrid match and that big game Airbaso, our Wanda Metropolitano. Atletico Madrid airball against Barcelona. Na game na Kasan ye game nasem. I'm a player or while we be on Cabin La Liga for the statement about Barcelona for no breaching your mananko for no. Sabi Bonio would too much. Yeah, we have the Danny Omo and according to the Paul Victor registration. Once my year of registration, 83 later, Barcelona say, I'm find way a balance on books and the register my say matches no all. But now La Liga for the statement about say Barcelona for a private auditor. And then by auditor, on your Barcelona member or your name won't behind it and or buy another presented document El Comal La Liga and pay for one is pass up one VIP seat be almost stadium or Eddie Middle East invested be no man 100 million euros into somebody says can ever it balances Barca or book no Emma Yamako betting me a register players no and La Liga for agent Kata and if you omotia say a register Paul Victor any branch of friends Victor and I say Danny Omba or more elbow games La Liga for some Quatanasu Kuhima forgery.
Wow.
And the man there by me now no could be any say no. O must refer at the Edia Spanish High Court authorities say omonya further investigation omo probing who say anyambia and krata na basa for the buy na your papa na your papa omo hwehwem na your papa they will make sure say registration there cost no basa iron loyal and void na start place we yeah you my from now la porta no pa we are say or say ono the person can say we have important also we are playing a key match tonight and La Liga is communicating this morning what's strange La Liga for now imagine say on the pitch omuntime warrior Madrid emu BT omo Barcelona and say off the pitch Ombeye Niema to frustrate them, but they are poised, they are determined. Say the echoes will be the Ombeja the Abo Liga. Now Laporta as more can say they presented the document to La Liga and paid for. They took about 4 days to go through it. Entire day or September registration I go through. They say boys now start able game about air performing. A friend yes I adding name of bomb supporters now. More fun too much. The team is concentrated, well determined, preparing themselves for a match at Airbus or Quimbiaso. Ombekwa kunya results ediate allergic but now baby I just say no Barcelona will case to prove they need to make sure say and Yemana air course of the pitch they will defeat La Liga no ma defeat Obia or against
I don't know how Casara me catch us on I think it's going to be a difficult game. It's going to be a